Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. So, my name is Leone Goldspink. I am the founder and the CEO of Beautyworld Australia. We are extremely excited to join you from Australia today and be in Dubai. So, what we're here today to talk about is LED light therapy, which is leading the way in the future of skincare. So, it's really important to understand how LED light therapy works in business and how it's an extremely profitable part of your business. So when you're first looking to introduce LED light therapy, there are a few non-negotiables. So many of you, when you're looking at investing in technology, whether you're a standalone salon, whether you're a distributor, or you are looking to do other things, there's a few things we should look at. So number one is compliance. We need to make sure that when we're choosing beauty tech, it is technology that is going to stand the test of time. So LED light therapy is not a new concept, but in the future of LED light therapy, we need to be looking at primary and secondary light wavelengths. Another thing we need to be looking at is the actual training that's involved. So when you are introducing LED light therapy, many devices are very, very different. And you need to be able to understand specifically how your device works and how you can incorporate this into your in-salon treatments. Another thing we need to be looking at is actually with your medical grade LED light therapy, does it have the relevant listing? So in Australia, we have what we call the TGA, which is the Therapeutic Goods of Australia, and that covers medical devices type 1. So that covers red light, blue light, green light, orange, purple, cyan, so all the secondary colours as well as primaries, whereas FDA only really recognises two colours, which is red and blue. So with our devices, we have both FDA and we have TGA. So that's really important when you're looking at beauty tech and making sure that you're going to actually be able to introduce technologies that are actually going to be to your individual country standards. Another thing as well is salon marketing coaching. So introducing beauty tech into your business is so much more than just having an actual device. You need to be able to sell the treatments. You need to be able to explain the treatments with demonstration. So one of the really big things that we do is we focus a lot on social media and things like this. Also, when you're actually looking at coaching, you need to be able to understand with the treatment descriptions, recommended retail prices, and how to actually implement the technology into your business. So to be successful with beauty tech, you need to ask yourself, am I salon fit? So one of the really big things is when we introduce technology into our professional salons in Australia, is actually looking at, do you understand that you are your business? So sometimes when you're looking at technology, you may think, well, I need the most expensive machine, for people to actually acknowledge me. But it's far from the truth. You need a device that fits your purpose. And at the same time, you need to remember that your clients invest in you. They invest in you, that you've done your training, you've done your research prior to actually implementing these new technologies. Education is huge. So when you're selling treatments, a lot of the focus tends to be on product, selling product, upselling a product, but it's very different, I believe, with beauty tech. It's all about education. It's about educating your clients in, what does LED light therapy do? What does the beauty tech do that actually enhances that client experience? What are you actually doing in clinic where you can implement LED with other modalities? So using LED light therapy with other treatments such as microdermabrasion, hydrodermabrasion, skin peels, plasma, CIT, skin needling, dermaplaning, epidermal leveling. So LED light therapy is a modality that not only is a standalone treatment that can enhance the results in clinic with your products, but it's also something that makes either the preparation, the pre-prep before you do more invasive treatments, but it's also something that you can use after you've actually done the treatment to reduce the downtime. So I think when your clients are coming in for your more advanced active treatments, they want to actually be able to go back to work or go home without actually having 5 days of downtime. LED light therapy can actually cut the downtime in half. So a great standalone treatment, but also absolutely fantastic to incorporate as a pre or post active treatment modality. A big thing as well is when you're starting out is understanding your actual charge out rate and what your products cost. So in our industry, we are very good with our hands. We understand how to do magic, how to do amazing treatments, but sometimes the business is a little bit lacking because we haven't been trained in that regard. So when you are looking at beauty tech, it's really important to think, well, you know, if I'm using a collagen mask or I'm using a serum, what is the actual cost of this? What is my charge out rate? How much do I want to earn over an hour? And then when you are looking, obviously, with your competitors who are down the road who might be charging less, don't ever discount the value of the investment in your own education, the skill, the knowledge as advanced skin therapists that you've invested in yourself. So always remember the value of your worth. And also understanding how to be successful in an ever-changing environment. We've just gone through 3 years of very challenging situations, and coming back into the market can be pretty difficult. You know, you're kind of facing new challenges. You're trying to build your business up again. I think there was a really, really big demand for how important beauty is to the world. A lot of people that couldn't come in for the treatments were, you know, coming back and being very grateful for what we do. So don't discount the value of your worth. One really big thing that we focus on at Aduro Australia is actually being present with our community. So a really big thing that we do is we focus on social media for a few reasons. Organic growth is one really, really big one. Social proof to actually show what is actually happening in your business. And then also we're looking at community and building education. So social media is an incredible platform where you can leverage your business, whether you are actually a clinic, a distributor, or a supplier. The social media is really one of the best ways that you can get out there. For me, I truly think when you look at a social media profile, you can see very quickly what your perception is. So people come to social media for social proof. Are you successful? So for me, I really do believe social media is like a flowing river or a stagnant lake. Even if you're quiet in what you're doing, you should still be posting. But at the same time, you should be staying true to your brand and what you stand for. So if your clients are coming to visit you, you know, you want to be true to yourself. Are you more of an educational clinic? Are you more of an exciting, funny type of culture in your clinic? So as long as you are staying true to yourself, if you're an organic spa and you like things that are more holistic, then do posting around being about that. Don't try and be funny if your clients visit you and that's not your natural persona. Just be yourself, be your true authentic self, and it will shine through. Use videos to educate. This is one of the videos that we did a couple of months ago, just to give you an idea. You can use really, really cool apps at the moment that allow you to do transitions and make a basic product look really, really exciting. And include yourself. One of the biggest things at the moment that you're taught when you're learning about social media is show your face. When people are looking for a clinic, for example, and they've never met you before, they really don't know who they're coming to. But if you're on social media, they can actually get in there, they can meet you face to face and work out whether or not you're their person. Because we tend to resonate with people similar to ourselves. So this is just one way that we kind of do these things.
The one to call when I lose control.
So there's lots of different ways that you can do it, but for us, we are very edgy, we're very on trend, and we're on brand. So a lot of the feedback that we have from our clinics in Australia when they join our team is that you are very current, and we really love what you've got going on. So when we do the Sydney Beauty Expo, we generally invite all our teams to come and visit us. You know, we'll do social media profiling, we will visit them, we'll go and visit them after we've done training sessions with them. But at the same time, we are really a community. And I just wanted to actually share this really good testimonial from one of our amazing team members, Mona, who's based in Sydney. She's been on our team now for 2 years, but this is something that we got from her a little bit. So just have a little bit of a listen about what your team members are looking for when they are actually choosing beauty tech. Hi guys, we're here at Beauty Expo with the beautiful Mona. So Mona has been on our team now for 12 months.
Yes.
We asked her if she would be happy to share with you a little bit about her experience with our team at Duro and how she's found the support's been, her system, the culture here, and how we do things a little bit differently at Duro.
Well, I've started my home business from probably a year ago, and I probably got I think I got the LED at the same time,
Yes.
that I kind of started. I felt like my treatments were missing that extra just boost at the end of them, because a lot of my skincare that I was using was really effective, but it was working more surface level, and I wanted something that was working at a cellular level. And I noticed that this was what I was looking for, and the price for it was amazing. Just incorporating it in all my treatments was amazing. It just felt like it was just that extra 20 minutes at the end that kind of finished off the treatment perfectly. And I did see amazing results from continuous use. So that's the key thing with LED, is if you're constantly using it again and again and again, you'll notice amazing results from it. And it's all natural as well. So it's not like you're doing something that's so invasive where people are scared of us. Because a lot of people come to me and they're quite scared to just jump straight into treatments. They're quite scared to just jump into straight, example needling or more invasive treatments. And I just go, LED is the best thing for you, especially if they come to me and they've got sensitive skin, it's oversensitized, they've stripped their skin. Let's start with some sessions of LED. That's perfect. The team. The team has been amazing.
We're the lucky ones to have
Oh my God, I honestly, this company has been so supportive. They, even just re-tagging my things and just telling me, oh my God, thank you for being part of my team. That support really pushed me, especially for someone that's only been open for a year. I'm from home. Before I bought the Duro LED, I did do my research, and this one was by far the most amazing that I found, and so cost effective. Even the personal home LED mask, love that because love that because I did research a lot, and the quality some of the other LED qualities were very poor. They didn't have the infrared skin booster as an add-on in there, because that's what I feel like really helps the LED.
To infuse the products and use the collagen mask, don't you, as well?
Yeah. With the collagen mask, I infuse it into the skin before I even put the actual jelly and infuse it with the mask. So I might use, example, an oxygen gun, or I might use sonophoresis to infuse it into the skin. It gives it that extra boost to kind of push it in.
Amazing, thank you, Mona. So one of the couple of things Mona said there is that when you're looking at LED light therapy, it is actually working at the deeper cellular level. Whereas when we're using topicals in our skincare, it is more surface. So how we like to do our business is we do use our beautiful collagen mask, which I will talk a little bit about more in a second. This is a topical. So this is for what we do for epidermal infusion, while the LED light therapy is working from the inside out. So let's have a little bit of a look at LED light therapy. So most of us are familiar with LED light therapy and how it works to some degree. So most of us are familiar with red light, and some people are familiar with blue. But with our professional system, we utilize both primary and secondary light wavelengths. Now, primary wavelengths are stable wavelengths. Secondary are actually combination, which is great for combination skin types. So also another thing as well with our system and how we do it is we actually can split the face into 4 unique quadrants. So when we do that client consultation and a client has, for example, got eczema on the cheeks, dark circles, or for example, rosacea, we can specifically target, which seriously cuts down the actual results time involved. Whereas with more panel-based machines, we find you're restricted a little bit in the colours that you can use, and so it does actually take longer to see the results. So we also in our system have, like on the end here, the near infrared technology. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of LED light therapy. So blue light, for example, targets the upper layer of the epidermis. So naturally our skin is really in its healthy stage when it's aerobic, which means lots of oxygen rich. So when we actually have an acne breakout, the P or C acne bacteria gets trapped inside of the pore. Now when that happens, the pore closes over and we end up with this anaerobic environment, which means little to no oxygen. So when we shine photon or light energy onto the skin, it creates this really healthy oxygenated environment. It's not laser, it's not obliterating the skin, it's purely oxygenating the skin, which makes it really easy for the white blood cells to go to the site of the infection and actually clear it. With green light therapy, for example, this targets the lower layer of the epidermis. Now, in the lower layer of the epidermis, we have this amazing cell called a melanocyte. Now, melanocytes are what give our skin its beautiful, rich color, but sometimes when we have photon damage, for example, photoaging, what happens is that those melanocytes become in a stress state and they overproduce melanocytes and melanin. So when that happens is we start to see hyperpigmentation in the skin. So with green light therapy, specifically targeting those melanocytes, we're able to allow the photon energy to give the cell the energy to repair and rebuild. With yellow light, for example, we are actually targeting the next dermal layer called the dermis. Yellow light targets the upper layer of the dermis. That's where our inflammatory cytokines sit. And so, therefore, when we actually use yellow light, it's very good for conditions such as eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, redness, and sunburn. When we look at red light therapy, it targets the lower layer of the dermis, which is deeper than what the yellow light does. So that's fabulous for anti-aging, helping to build collagen, repairing the fibroblasts, and also stimulates blood flow to the surface of the skin. Now, the skin is our largest organ, but it's also the organ that receives the last nutrients from our bodies, because our body sends it to the rest of the organs. So when we stimulate blood flow to the surface, with it, it brings all the vitamins and nutrients that we ingest through our diet. Now, near-infrared light therapy is invisible to the naked eye because our eyes can see only to around 650 nanometers. So near-infrared operates at 850 nanometers, so it is actually working much deeper. Now, with the LED light therapy that we have, we can use that near-infrared light therapy in the background to every single LED facial that we do. So we can do an acne treatment, and we can add near-infrared. So when we utilize blue light and near-infrared, it helps the body naturally create more nitric oxide, which is the body's natural pain blocker. So if you imagine a client coming in with cystic acne, for example, then if we're using the blue light with the near-infrared, we actually stimulate more nitric oxide. And that's a natural chemical that our body creates, but like everything else, as we age, it significantly reduces. Also, with red light and near-infrared, that's really good, obviously, at the soft tissue level. Very good for healing repair. We find in practice it's very good for things like myofascial disorder, TMJ, and things like this. So there's many different uses with LED light therapy, not just for the face, neck and décolletage. We can use it all over the body because it is medical grade LED. So let's have a little bit of a look at the wavelengths and what that means. We always get phone calls from, new inquiries, and they're like, what's the irradiance? What's the joules per centimeter square? What's the nanometer? But really, when you're looking at LED light therapy, it's really important to have a little bit of an idea of what's happening. So with our device, our range is from 470 nanometers, which is our blue light, and it ranges all the way up to 630 being our red. And then we have the near-infrared, which is 850. So the primary colors, for example, at the top here, we've got our red, our blue, and our green. So we've mentioned those before: anti-aging, anti-acne, and even the skin tone, which is more for your hyperpigmentation. But then with our secondary colors, if we look at purple, for example, we've got our blue light and red light mixed together. So LED light therapy secondary colors doesn't have to be complicated. So when we mix a blue light at 470 nanometers with a red light at 630, we create purple. It's like mixing paint with your preschooler. It's super, super easy. Same with, for example, our orange light wavelength. That's mixing red light with yellow to create orange, which is a fabulous secondary colour for skin ages 40 plus, whereas the purple light is really good for younger skin types, such as 20 to 40, when we're looking at preventative aging with LED light therapy, as well as looking at it from the perspective of breaking the adult acne cycle caused by things like dairy intolerances and gluten intolerances. When you've tried everything and nothing works, always look to gut health. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into the colours. So what we'd like to do is just very quickly give you a run through of what the treatment is. We have our beautiful Demi here and our model Bunga. So just before the session, we've had a quick chat with Bunga and talked about her skin concerns. And as part of that consultation, what we come down to, her main concern on the facial area was hyperpigmentation. She wants that whitening and brightening effect. So on the facial area, we're going to use green light therapy to stimulate those melanocytes. On the eye area, we have some dark circles and some fine lines. Because Bunga's only 27, collagen production has only started to slow down from the age of 21. So for Bunga, it's more of preventative aging. So we're going to use red light therapy on the eye area. On the mouth area, she does have a few breakouts. So we are going to use the blue light across the mouth. With the blue light, we also offer cosmetic teeth whitening, and this is the correct wavelength to activate the gels. So this is actually a dual modality device in that you can offer LED facials and cosmetic treatments in that 1 20-minute session, which is game-changing from an upsell and revenue perspective. On the nose area, we do have a few enlarged pores, and we have a couple of broken capillaries, so we are going to use the cyan light. So just going back to this, cyan light actually mixes blue light and yellow light together at the same time. So we have the purification of the blue, but the calming effect of the yellow with the cyan on the nose area. So what we do is we've done the consultation. We would now we'd be cleansing the skin for beautiful Bunga. And then what we do is we actually apply our collagen mask, which is our topical treatment. Now in our collagen mask, we formulated these specifically to get the best results from LED. So we have vitamins A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Vitamin A is a contentious chemical with LED light therapy because retinols are not all made equally. So we have a diluted vitamin A that works well. It also has licorice root in there. Licorice root is fabulous for whitening, brightening, hydrating, and nourishing the skin. And we have a lovely rose extract. With products topically that you're putting on your skin, it is equally important what you don't put in products. So we never use propylene glycol, and we never use sodium lauryl sulfate. So we can use these collagen masks on acneic skin, anti-aging, hyperpigmentation, and any type of impaired skin barrier, so they're absolutely fabulous. They are marine collagen, and they absorb their weight in the water-based serum by 1,000%. So if you're considering using a serum with LED, you can, and you get 1 infusion, but when you use our collagen mask, you are actually getting about 50 to 100 serum applications being done for you in the LED, because the LED infuses. Now, one big thing we are going to do with the LED is we're going to turn on the near infrared skin booster, like I mentioned before, the 850 nanometer, fantastic for deeper product absorption, lymphatic drainage, toxin elimination, but also for the infusion of the product. So what we would do is we would lay Bunga here. She would be under the light for 20 minutes, and then once we've completed that treatment, we would remove the collagen mask. We would not wash the serum off because it's liquid gold, and then we would apply SPF moisturizer, because prevention is better than cure. And being from Australia and being in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the Middle East, you understand the market is very, very similar in that we do struggle with the hyperpigmentation and the strong sun and sun damage. So really important, prevention is better than cure. So we just want to leave you here with another testimonial from one of our teams. So LED for her has been an incredible investment for monetary return. Also, it's been a really easy service to add on to her existing menu. Very relaxing, and also the collagen mask, again, the perfect soother and hydration boost after even skin treatments such as skin needling and microdermabrasion. So I think the key takeaway today is to educate your clients, make sure you're compliant, make sure that you understand your own business, who you're speaking to, engage in social media, and make sure that you are consistent with it, because that is the big difference in this ever-changing environment, to make sure that you are actually communicating and building a community with your team. Be so good they can't ignore you. We are at SAD 11, and if you would like to have a bit more of a chat about LED light therapy, or you have any specific questions, we encourage you to come and have a chat with us. But I also open it up to the floor if anyone has any questions. Thank you, guys.